Welcome, everyone to the live stream. We're back for Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and we are going to continue our little journey. Really creepy. So last time where we left off, we got some lantern oil. I should have kept this thing. There was a second death caused by his damned curiosity. Sounds a little weird to me. So we got 2 tinder boxes. We got a full lantern, jeez. Alright, so venture down here. Sense. Oh, I don't want that. Jeez. Let's try the hollow needle. Screwdriver? How the hell am I gonna get through this? Yes, tinderbox. Thank you. Tinderbox. And we got a board. We could cover ourselves in this. So we'll fend off the enemy. Maybe at least. Yeah, you're gonna stay in there. Oh, that's a damn board. So I got no oil whatsoever. Ooh. Holy, we got more tinderboxes. Jeez. Yes. What? Drag and drop one item onto another to attempt to combine. What? How do I drag them? No, I do not want that. Supposed to. This doesn't make any sense. How do I drop this? This doesn't make any sense. How do I drag? This doesn't make any sense. Oh boy, this is not what I. This is not what I had in mind. This doesn't look too good. Oh, I am such a goofball. I can't assemble a drill yet. I need to find all the parts first. Oh, wait a minute. Trying all the combinations here. No, don't need that. Okay, so we don't have all parts. Great. Get back here. No. Not even the slightest. Shut up. candle on the floor that someone just left. That's great. What's this? I didn't hear anything. Oh, dinner box! Don't want to forget that. Let's make sure we keep an eye on the floor. Alexander, I've prepared the explosives you need for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. Agrippa. Agrippa? Who the hell is Agrippa? Now I need to find a part, and I don't know where it is. I do know it ain't in here. Unless... No. Oh, how could I miss this? God damn it. Give me that. Thank you. Thank you. And... So we got... fuel for lantern. Yep, that's good enough. Don't want to stay in there for too long. Look at the lights. This is not good. Shut up. Don't need to hear your crap. Something there. Alright, so I think we got all the parts, right? Okay. Now we can automatically combine the other two, but okay. Flow cycle. Oh, that's for nothing. There we go. Catch that. Primary. Partially filled pot. This one. I know this is the secondary one. Alright. No, for the net. For the net. A good old scream. Shut up down there. Smith has been marked. There was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day cast such a terrible shadow. What young man was he talking about? I have no idea. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go refill my lantern. That's just the thing I need. So if I remember correctly, it was outside the window, then to the right, then in the next hall. It's gonna be great. Oh, thank you. Better not be any jump scares right now, because I've had too many. That is less than half a lantern worth of oil. Whoa! Look at that. That's great. Bye. Ooh. Just PG. still gives me the creeps. I don't know why, but drill? What? I don't get it. It's probably not true. Right. Work? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, maybe I have to go further in. I see now. What?
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
Merry way down here. Continuing going down. This game is starting to get to me, I swear. It's getting to me. Do I really want to put an explosive here? Okay. Oh. Do you want me to throw this at you, huh? You need to throw it at you? Crap. Oh! Oh.
At first, the hunted girl sequence was just another scare, but as the story took shape, it just became a great plot point, which was this is when Daniel snapped. He does all these weird and evil things, but he tells himself the ends justify the means. But when he finally kills the girl, he just can't make up excuses anymore, so he goes mad, and as a final attempt of saving himself, he drinks the amnesia potion. Of course, the player won't realize this as he encounters this first sequence, but it becomes clear when he finds the last diary pages explaining the situation, making it all come full circle.
Okay. Don't skip them. Oh, this is not good.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
I see. Wait, that was it? That was it? We just killed a little girl? Was it a little girl? I don't know. What's this? Okay. This was a bad idea. Alright, do we get any more container boxes? Yes. Starting to lose my mind here. Yes. Don't do this to me. Don't like that scare. Oh, Wrong one. Nope, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. That was the wrong one. That was not any good. See me, pal. That's right, yes.
Oh, God, no, please, I beg you.
Oh, that was so not good. I think my heart just jumped so bad. Alright. Okay. Four face. He won't find you. He won't find you here. Find me here, right? There's gotta be another way. There's gotta be another way out. I don't like this, Al. Nope. In case of missing rod, if a full set of 3 rods is unavailable, there is 1 rod in the inner study rooms, which might work in case the elevator breaks again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use spare rods in storage. Should be used a mended one. You gone? You gone? You gone, Mr. Scary Man? Mr. Scary Man, gone? Not one bit do I ever like this. So we got yellow, red, and blue. I think I remember those. I don't remember. Well, it's good. He's gonna circle around, isn't he? Scare the crap out of me. Oh crap! Yep. Difficult. I can't even get past this. What? Okay. So this guy knows where. Hello. I'm just a big dumb idiot that hasn't thought of this clearly. Really never thought this. I'm just waiting for him to circle around so I can walk right behind him. What? right there. Couldn't find a key in there. God damn it. What? I'm gonna read the notes. Steam full cycle, operates again, make sure you use the steam engine to build up pressure. Okay. Missing rock. I don't remember that. What the? Oh, that was never there before. Oh! Maybe the sewer was now open. Is it open? What if it is open? I'll be damned if it is. Still locked. Can we actually break it with something? Nope. Make a giant. I'm trying to remember this. I remember coming down this way, or maybe that was a different game. Where am I gonna find the key unlocks the door leading to the machine room? Oh! Well, I'm a big idiot, and I didn't even think that for a second. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. What the? Oh, that was there. That was there before. Oh, man. Alright. So there was a key somewhere.
This shouldn't be.
What? Somewhere in here. What? Come on, open, open! There. So we'll go over there. Nothing in there. This key. What the? That came out good. That boy up. Characters' themes. There. Nope. What the hell's the machine key? What?
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Really? I think? Is there a key under there? What?
Daniel,
What?
still having nightmares, I see.
Yes. I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
Somehow, I doubt that. Okay, where the hell is the key? Upgrading props. How the hell am I gonna find it? There you go. Not there either. Nothing here. There's nothing here. What important key is it? I don't get what important key he was talking about. Chasing that key around. Can I just knock these down? No? Physics. What? Out of my way, chair. Chair, out of there. Nothing. Sweet. I think I'm good. I don't know if the key is in here then. Nope. What the hell's the key? Going around chasing a key that doesn't exist. What key was he talking about? I don't get it. Oh!
Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
What? Is this a bottle? Oh, it's a key in a bottle. I see. Well, I've been an idiot. That was just too damn long. I've been looking for that key everywhere. $100 is I think I might get the fuse shot. gallon, jar, whatever it is. Whatever they called it back in the days. Don't know what it is, but it contains a few drops of oil left. Back over here. I still hear that weird static sound. Worst ever. There we go. Let me see my... wait. What? How the hell does it... What the hell? I thought it said it contains a few drops of oil. What the hell is going on? Oh, maybe if I actually went back, then it would contain less than half. Then that would mean I would still refill my lantern. That's pretty good. I thought it had a few drops in it. Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity. Who's there? Got the key. Who goes up? Of course, the strange letter frightened him. We should be. Very frightened.
This is another one of those contrast levels, this time calming the player down for what will happen once the elevator is finally running. The map is still dark though, giving a bit of foreboding for what is about to happen.
What? What's gonna happen? Oh boy, that's not good. Okay. Those. Okay, diaries. Notes. Up 8, down 8. What? Doesn't explain anything. What? Okay, so we got... Yeah. So we got... down 8. What? 4. 7. Okay, yeah, it looks weird. Scared the crap out of me, but it worked. What else? Something else I'm supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do? I know I'm supposed to do something else.
When I first saw the concept art for this level, I was pretty happy because I think it looked very interesting, with all the pipes coming from random places and going throughout the level. But I was also a little bit worried because it looked so time-consuming to create all the pieces and placing them in the level. In the end, I was right about that because it did take a lot of time to make everything fit together. But I also think it was worth it because it's a very interesting looking level, and we also use the same pipe system for other levels. As for all the pipes in this level, I modeled and textured them in Maya. I think there are 26 different pieces of pipes that I made. I had to import the wall pieces used in this level into Maya as well, and make a temporary little map to check the pipes were correct length and all. I also had to make sure all the pipes snap and align well at 0.25 meters in every axis, otherwise placing all the pipes in the level would be nearly impossible. As for creating the texture for the pipes, it was pretty easy because I went with a simple kind of rusty metal look. And when that was done, I started with the pipe work in the level. As you can see, there are a lot of pipes in this level. After this map was done, you could say I pretty much became the plumber of the team. And for some reason, I got most of the pipe related levels scheduled to me.
Okay. Thank you, Marcus, for that. That's very intriguing. Okay. What? Is it? Wait, I can take off. Wait. Wait. I don't. Wait. Wait a minute. Trinity 4 complete. So triangle, square, circle. So triangle, square, circle. Okay. Trinity. 4 ways. And wait! Yes! What is this? Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack. Great for you. Hang on, if I can pick that up and maybe something bad would happen. Yes it is. Don't shut off the music like that. I hate that.
5th of July, 1839. Today, I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Maybe you are responsible somehow. Maybe because you showed him the orb.
14th of July, 1839.
Can't believe I missed
I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Oh. That's interesting. So there's no cogwheel here, so it should be in that other room. Oh, wait, no. Right here. Found one. Never mind. It's all bloody though, but what am I to make of this? I don't need to go back. What? These are in ball shapes. What? I like that sound. What? No running? I missed some? No this. What the hell? Oh, Haunted Part 3?
17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
Oh, that's just great. What the hell am I missing? The missing cabinet had been... Oh, I remember that. What? I don't have the 2 boxes. That's just great. That's great.
This elevator ride is actually constructed like one at a Swedish theme park. It's not the elevator that moves, but the wall. I assume movies use the same trick a lot.
The dark towers of Brandenburg rose above the forest and were silhouetted against the snow-white moon. He couldn't help feeling sad for some reason. What? For what reason? My God, that's great. That's just great. Do I still have my lantern? Yes, I do. Where the hell am I?
Come, this way.
What was that?
Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are locked up.
Like a dungeon?
Very much so. Come, don't linger.
I will linger. Okay. Alright, out of my way. What? Come on. Move. That's right. Slide over. This way. No. Give me that. Throw that. What? Dungeon-based set?
The second chapter introduces the dungeon-based set. It was designed to look older and more worn than a castle-based set. It's supposed to show the original pieces of the castle that hasn't been rebuilt over time like the newer areas. The original pieces for the set were a bit blocky due to the tiling, but as the special pieces were added you could start to build more varied levels. In the final game, we're using the dungeon-based set for prisons, shrines and sewers.
Oh, that's handy. Oh, I can move it faster by just sprinting. That's great. There we go. With a nice little blockway. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now nobody will tamper with my noob. Come on. There we go. You come over here. How's that noise? This one goes right over here. Looks like we got ourselves a nice little walkway. Oh, the fuck over here. Oh, yeah, I guess that's good. What the hell am I doing? All right. Alright, what? No. I don't like this. I don't like this. Not one bit. Hello. Okay. Great. Bye.
Previously in the game, it has been all about events in the past, but with these prison levels we wanted to bring it to the present, and many events experienced are happening here and now. An example of this is a prisoner being dragged off at the start of the level. Here also starts the most encounter-intense part of the game, and we were a bit unsure on how much enemies we could add. We added what we thought was enough, but after some testing and feedback we decided to add even more. The amount of encounters experienced depends a bit on how you play the level, but hopefully you should feel constantly oppressed. Since this was the last level that this enemy has a greater part in, we did not fear overusing it either, so I think the amount of enemies here is pretty nice.
Good.
Is anyone there?
Hello? Is there anyone? On a tinder box. Oh, another tinder box. That's great. I am starting to... My heart is just jumping at me. I'm starting to get scared now. Really scared. Scared enough I haven't been scared before. What? Don't. Oh no, never mind. Bye. Yes! Oh, pick that up. Later. Okay, never mind. Bye. Did not like that much. No! Oh crap! No! I'm dead. God damn it. You have to carry on. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Where am I? Oh, hell no. No. Get two left. God damn it. Alright. God damn it. This game is usually scaring the crap out of me. I'm not kidding. This literally is scaring the crap out of me. Oh, that's why. Oh my god. She got some bruises. Okay. Wish I had something to protect me. Alright. So, where'd you go? What? Nope. No, not a good idea. Not even close to a good idea. Wait. I want to make sure something. I want to find a good hiding spot or something. Is there a way I can rotate this? I want to blockade that. Where the monster came from. Oh, well, I didn't see that there. What?
Where is she? Where did she go?
No, I won't tell. I'll never tell you.
You're just making things worse. Look, this is no place for a young girl all by herself. She could be hurt or worse. There's no telling what horrors await down there.
Alright, so apparently our guy was just beating up a girl. That's just mean. And we got chipper, a stone chipper, and a hammer. Great. What? No. No, thank you. Can I come in here? I can.
Go. Find Gabriel, the Outward, and tell him to alert the King's men.
No, you come too.
Please, we don't have time to make the hole any wider. Someone is coming. Hurry! I'll cover the hole with the bed. Everything will be fine. I promise.
Maybe. There's a hole in the ground in one of the cells, but it's too small to fit a man. Maybe I can... Yep, hammer and chipper. Moving that orb was like pushing a star in the night sky. It wasn't supposed to happen. The shadow isn't some vengeful spirit. It is the universe catching up with itself. I believe you. Oh. I didn't expect this level to be this small. Where do I go? That's the wrong way. I can't even sprint because I'm crouching it.
A goal with this level is trying to get the player feel a bit claustrophobic. First off, we start the level in a tight space, letting the feeling hit you directly. Then the idea was to actually decrease the horizontal view, squeezing the view together. But it became a bit problematic and we felt that the design of the level was enough. It is very dark and can be hard to find your way. Which is actually kinda surprising, since the level has a really simple design, but because of some dead ends and similar looking locations, it can be quite hard to navigate. In the end, we also put up some signs to help the player along and get the right balance between annoyance and disorientation. It's quite hard when you want to expose the player to negative feelings that we might make them quit the game, but it's a fine line to thread. And I'm sure not everybody will get the right experience, but I guess that's just one of those risks you will have to take in the interactive media.
Well, thank you for that very, very disturbing thing. Claustrophobia. Got it. Ooh, well, we needed that.
2nd of August, 1839.
2nd of August,
I have arrived at the village of Altstadt. It's a haven in the midst of a vast forest and the last stop before my final destination, Castle Brennenburg. It's late in the evening, and the outrider, who has been with the coach since Bremen, advised me to wait until morning before I venture further. I've arranged for a bed at Der Müller, the village's only inn, and am now waiting for the sun to rise. I try to sleep, but as I close my eyes, I see the men who fell victim in London. My fear and shame forces me to witness the same scenes over and over. They are dead because of me.
Is that why you caused amnesia on yourself? Because you put in the boxes?
This pig was the first object that I ever tried to rig as a ragdoll, and I'm pretty satisfied with the end result. I'm a little rusty when it comes to making organic creatures like this. So this was basically the only model that I had as a little ongoing project that I could get back to work on when I had some time off from other work. All other models are pretty much on a tight deadline, so it was nice to have this model that I could get back to work on from time to time, almost as practice. When I started to model the pig corpse, I thought right away that I needed to do it right from the beginning, so I googled a lot of big pictures. Since we wanted a rotten look to it, you can imagine I found a lot of weird pictures. Other than the look of the model, the only difference from creating a prop is the fact that you have to plan the mesh, so it's nice for animations as well as good for importing to a sculpting program, like a Mudbox or ZBrush. In those applications, you add details to the model, pretty much like a clay sculptor, and then you transfer those changes to the normal map that you use for the in-game model. I used ZBrush in this case, and I was happy to use it because my skills in that application started to fade away. Creating the texture for the pig wasn't the easiest thing to do, because it isn't easy to find good reference pictures for rotten pigs with moisty skin. The biggest issue was in fact getting the skin to look unhealthy, but I think it turned out pretty nice, even though it could need a little more work. But to be able to put in more work, we need to have more time and resources, and as a small indie company, that isn't something we have. For the ragdoll, I had to first set it up with the 3D program I use, called Maya. I created a skeleton for the pig, skinned it so that each part of the pig model moves with the correct bone. After that, I used our in-house model editor to set it up with bodies with weights for each individual part, like the legs, head, and body. Then I connected it all together using joints. When done right and with correct weights for each body part, it works quite nicely.
Thank you for that. What was his name again? Marcus, thank you for that very uncomfortable speech. What? Nope. You can kiss your ass goodbye. No! Get away from me! No! I don't want this. No! I died again. God damn it. Where does this thing come from? That's the weird thing. I have no freaking idea. I got started. What? Is there a bug in there? Wait, so if this path is blocked, yeah, if it's blocked, then how the hell did he come this way? Doesn't make any sense. Unless he turned. And he came down this way and he just like turned like, oops, I went the wrong way. What? It's not helping. Oh, this never helps. Choosing a way, that never helps.
Is he safe? Well, it's for his own good.
3rd of August, 1839. I feel like I have fled the world and all its worries. Brennenburg is a majestic creation perched upon a forest-clad hill with towers reaching well above even the highest pine trees. Following the winding road leading to the gates gives the impression of discovering something forgotten, as if journeying with Marco Polo to the hidden Xanadu.
Oh.
Alexander, the Baron, is a peculiar but gracious man. He seems well versed in worldly matters, and is not at all as eccentric as I assumed. My room is exquisite, and I'm confident that no hotel for miles could even hope to match it. As the sun sets on Brennenburg, its fairy tale varnish turns to into an eerie gloom. Alexander's strange servants are never far away. They are a quiet lot, and their behavior could only be described as skulking. Alexander seems pleased by my presence. As he puts it, it seems like I got here just in time.
Soon it will be ready. Let there be enough time.
Is my heart good? A few cuts and bruises. Sanity? What? Why do that? Where? How did he get back there? How? You can't even. Ugh. Oh God, not that voice again. Oh, oil? When was this here? This game. This weird game with us. Or it's whatever. It's the weirdest game I've ever played that it hides oils and tinderboxes. So, not going down that way. Don't be down here. Let's see, open this. Glass jar. More dinner boxes. Make sure I don't leave anything else behind. Six? My God, I am really good. What? Nope. Oh, you suck. This. Okay. He won't find me in here, will he? That could come with me. Bag. Prepare for a journey of hell and back. Don't do this to me. Where is he?
She deserved it, that little bitch.
No. Oh, hi there. oil. That's fantastic. Oil. Stay here.
Hey! Anybody! Help! Christ! I don't believe this. Why? I mean, why? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, it can't be. Do I deserve this? It wasn't my fault. Why did he have to go in there? Don't go into burning houses. He should have known better.
Hey, you're still here. Good. Come on. A note.
4th of August, 1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a power...
Oh, no, I wanted to read that. I'm sorry. What was it? It is not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers, and I should have thrown it away. Ugh, excuse me. Alexander advised against this, as I would still be a part of the path to the orb and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back. When the time came, I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price. So there's nothing else in here, huh? Bag, do you see anything? Neither do I. Let's go. Oh, I didn't want to. Hello. Are you still there?
Stop!
Don't come any closer. I just want to leave.
You can't go outside. It's too dangerous.
I'm telling Gabriel.
I doubt that very much.
So, they tried to stop a girl? needs to be weakened. Oh! Oh! Oh, I should have thought about this. Go down here. Nope. What? You didn't see me. You didn't see me. You didn't see me. You didn't see me. Please tell me you didn't see me. Please. I want to be quiet. Tell me you're left. Wait. Bag? Oh, there you are. Wait, no, that's not you. Howard. Where did my bag go? Bag? Is that you? Is that you, bag? Bag, is that you? This thing appears behind me. I would not like it. Get up. Now it's weakened. I don't like that. That was not good. The morning sun flickered between the pine trees as the carriage approached the castle. A faint memory of reflections in the window pane repeated itself over and over.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
After the prison level, some light is needed, and that is what we want to give the player right now. We also wanted to have an environment that did not look like anything else the player has seen so far. When the player has endured the dark and gloomy dungeon levels, we wanted to give some sort of award for coming so far, and this level is supposed to be that award. The sound of water is also found quite soothing for most people, so we wanted them to relax, calm down. Only to be more acceptable for scares later on, of course.
Kind of like we were seeing while the interview. Anything I can be using? Stuck to be priest. About this, and go. Fudge! Looks like I'll be taking the scenic route. I don't like this at all. What the hell? To enter the sewer, it must first be drained. How am I going to drain it? This doesn't make any sense. There's no way up. Unless... Nope, I cannot go through. That sucks. Yeah, can I? Anything? What the hell am I looking for? Maybe it's talking about locking it up with this. No, that is. Whoa! Dropped right through my face. Maybe I can have more in there. What? I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. I am sorry for that. You were meant for a lot of things, but not being thrown at. No! God damn it. Shower. Maybe. Okay. Yes. God damn it. Take two. Oh, God damn it. Like, I ran out of... Damn it. Where am I going wrong? Here, I swear I don't... What? How? Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do there. Trying to screw with me, huh? Pipe is throwing a bucket of water powder. There you go. Now what's up here? More oil? No?
I figured I add a little something about the commentary, why it is in the game and how we did it. As you probably have noticed by now, the quality of the recordings are a bit different. We tried our best, but as we do not have an office, everyone had to care for their own voice recording and make do with the equipment that they have. For me as a sound artist and for Mikko and Tapio, this was not really much of a problem. We all got our sound gear to rely on. But for the rest, they really had to work to make the best out of their chat microphones. They even got a checklist of things to do, such as put a sock on the microphone and what angle towards the microphone to speak at. The reason as to why we did the commentary to begin with was that when we were working on Amnesia, we started taking pre-orders of the game, and we put up a meter on the website saying that if we got 2,000 pre-orders, we would add a commentary to the game. I suppose you know the answer to the question if we met that goal or not.
Oh, God, that's not good. Can I actually use... Can I? Just wanted to make sure. I need to fill it. Use to keep lunch when it runs out, lunch you don't want to use. God damn it. I filled up with water? No? This sucks. I gotta keep forward without light. What the hell is that? That's the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Anything over there? No?
This map is all about themes, and the action the player does are meant to reflect what happens in the diary entries. The player needs to turn the valves in order to progress, but at the same time, things go bad every time this is done. The level gets darker, the sound of someone being trapped gets louder, and the water lurker seems to be coming closer. Everything tells the player not to turn the valves, yet it must be done. Something that reflects how Daniel feels in the diaries.
That's great. But you know what else? I got no source of water.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking?
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
So, what caused this weird entity to appear? in the water on my phone. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I'm pretty sure the water monster's in here. Never know. No? Oh well. Tinderbox. Yes. Oh, not like this. Please be oil. Please be oil. Yes. How come the other oil would not work? A faint murmur echoes through the garden. Is it someone? Because I can barely hear them. I knew it. Bastards in here.
August 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
That's great. So what the hell am I up against? I'm like up against this weird guard. I thought there would be a water monster. Attached to a rusty chain. Direction must be lowered to proceed. How is it? Do I need to throw something at it? Anything specific? Good choice. That's a very good choice. Bullseye. interest over here. Except for oil. We're good. I was almost out.
8th of August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Pretty sure Alexander did something shitty.
The inspiration for this level came from me visiting the Basilica Cistern in Istanbul. Fun thing was that Jonas, the concept artist who drew the design, had also visited it the same summer, so he knew precisely what I was after. The fishes that can be found were also inspired by the real thing.
I don't have any. Let me pause. Thank you. Okay, now I'm starting to not like
9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
What the hell? Why did it lead us back here? This took us... That's just... there, monster? Couldn't see it. Who? Me? Alexander? I thought that would work. Nope, no, it didn't work. This is actually harder than I thought. Did he go in here? The blue light blinding him as they had done inside that merchant's room in the Algeria government. Just as enchanting as he had tried to approach it, but the Baron's firm hand held him back.
Herbert, how did we find you? An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
Sucks.
This level consists of 3 parts of a puzzle. For each part you complete, you get 1 step closer to getting the machinery running. It does not matter which order you do it in, so you can complete the level as you like. When I scripted this level, I made a basic function for completing a puzzle. Then I added some specific tweaks to each puzzle to make them unique. And then finally a grand version of a complete puzzle function to make it really noticeable when you finish all 3 of them. I got surprised when several testers said that it was not clear as to when they completed the whole level. That on the first puzzle it was really nice, but that on the second and third puzzle they did not really notice that they had accomplished something successfully. As I was about to start working on this, I noticed something really strange. I had, for testing purposes, made it so that when completing the first puzzle you would get the grand puzzle completion function, which meant that the first puzzle had a big bang of events, while the other 2 would only have the minor small puzzle completion events. It had been like this since I finished the level, so no one had never experienced the actual sequence of events meant to take place. This type of bugs are pretty nice to fix, because you only fix your own stupid mistake, and then all is done.
We fix our own stupid mistakes. I don't know why that computer's not going. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna close this just in case. Thank you. no oil? Come on. Get oil. Yeah, bring everything stuck in position. Stuck. Yep, everything is great. How the hell am I gonna bring this? Since I first attempted to reconstruct the design is most tiring. The limitations of this world have made my work incredibly difficult. It has forced me to build a thing almost 100 times larger than the delicate contraption it tries to emulate. Not to mention the flow of tamed lightning crudely replaced by pressured steam pushing its way through pipes and turbines. It shames me to think of what the inventor would have thought of my monster. Oh no! I've created something horrible. It's a machine. Where here works with a magnifying glass to carefully fix all the parts. I pushed 5 men to erect the tower of wrought iron in the hope it will have even the tiniest hint of the power found in the traveler's body. That's nice. I still have no oil. Thank you. I need oil. Apparently nobody would give me some. Where the hell did these parts go? This is weird. Yeah, they're all stuck. that goes... Oh, that's right. Maybe it goes for the same leaders. So... This one... Yeah. Okay, so these go for the same. Think that works? You go nearly halfway. One, top, forward. Good there. What? What happened? So wait, I did it right? Or no? Did
Daniel? Is that you? What are you doing?
Is that it? Did I do something? There's a small amount of oil left. The red tape burst from the walls as they had begun to bleed. I cried out in fear as the spectacle began to consume the blue shimmer. Well... Wait, what was that? What was that? Everything scares me. Everything in this game scares me. It really crap out of me. More oil needed. Oh shit. When will I need oil again? Fill your lantern by using any oil. Doesn't matter if it's the oil you picked up or it's oil in the drainage. Alexander knew there must be a way to finish the ritual before it was too late. The answer to his friend Barbara Vitae, much was certain. Seriously, that figure scares the living crap out of me. Maybe it was just something from the past. This is not a very friendly game. Why would I bleed everything? And I've got nothing. That's just great. I got no oil. That's nothing. What's up there? I am probably gonna die. Sanity. Alright. Alright, so I think there might be a wheel over there that I have not even thought of. I should have done that one. No. Yeah, there is, yeah. Apparently. I don't like this. Losing my sanity. Alexander's studies and care which enabled the flower to blossom. Can I do this now? You're kidding me, right? I can't? No? Wait, I think I know the problem. Water down here. I didn't jump anymore because I've had, what? A few cuts and bruises. Got it. Okay. Oh, goody. Oh shit, that's, not good, I guess. Ooh. No, don't. What? Part of vaccine to safely traverse the sewers. Are you kidding me? How? For a machine. Do I need something? Do I need to go over here? No? not doing anything. No. Okay. Doesn't do jack shit. So what the hell am I doing here? I don't. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I got nothing. Something here. Should have looked those instead of using something else. Okay, so oh, is that why? I got nothing else. There's no way for me to identify what I'm supposed to do next. I know I'm supposed to find a vaccine, but what vaccine? I don't know. Am I supposed to get something from the glass jar? What the hell am I supposed to do? This is getting way too pink. Wait. Well, this is getting all confusing for me. It's like, please. So I'm gonna leave it right here. This is. I think I might play more some other time. But next week we're playing a very special game, The Forest. It came out from PS4. It's like $20, so I think get that. So thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. It's been really, really fun. I am still scared of this. I might try to find a walkthrough for this. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. But like I said, I'll see you guys next time. Probably for a live stream. See you guys.